Hey ladies, happy Monday. It's a very rainy Monday here for me. So this past week I did a lot of work around releasing judgment, and I want to share about that tonight. So some of you know this, but a few years ago, probably 10 years ago now, I started a very different path in my life. Previous to that, I had always looked externally for things to make me happy. So I grew up in sort of a chaotic, tumultuous household. And the way that I saw it at that time was you get a good education, you get a really good job working for someone, and then you move up the ranks, you make a ton of money, and that equals happiness. And so I started off on that path, right? I get my education, I get my degree, and I have decent jobs, one after the other, getting a little better, a little better, a little better, a little more money, right? But I still felt really empty. I still felt really, really unfulfilled, like something was missing. And then one night I went to a breast cancer benefit and I met a woman who does Reiki. And that was the first time that I've ever heard of it, ever heard of any type of energy work, or really connected with there being something more than me. I had religion, went to church when I was younger. I went to the Baptist church, I went to the Pentecostal church, but this was different. I never really subscribed to any type of organized religion just because it didn't fit me. It didn't make sense to me. It didn't feel like it was something that was for me. But then when I started working with the energy work and with Reiki, that started opening something up inside of me. So I started pursuing the Reiki, looking more into the energy work, and that little by little chipped away at these ideals that I had about what success looked like, and that I had to work hard, and all of these things that I had made up in my mind that were going to make me happy, that were going to get me that much farther ahead than how I grew up or where I was at in life, always looking for the next thing to grasp externally to fill a void somewhere. So when I started doing the energy work, and as the more and more that I did, I came to the realization that nothing external was ever going to fill that void. It had to be done internally. So that's when I started pursuing the personal development, in the sense that personal development comes from the inside. It comes from inside of us, and really diving deep into that. And I have so many thousands of hours at this point committed to deep work with myself, looking at things internally, working with my energy, working with things that I stored in the body that were traumatic and moving the energy around that, but also looking at all my flipping, limiting ideas, values, beliefs that kept me into a box. So it's not easy work a lot of the times. I mean, you're really poking at some crap and dredging it up, but as you work through it, there's a bliss and there's a fulfillment that comes with that. So as part of being a personal development coach, I'm always working on the next thing. I walk my talk 100%. I live and breathe this. And it's very important for me that other women experience it as well. The bliss of actually loving yourself, friending yourself, and finding that you have all of the power and the answers within you to get that fulfillment and that peace and that ease and that grace that you seek in life. So that's why I do what I do. And how this pertains to judgment is I constantly am working with mentors and personally developing myself to the next level, because that's what makes me good for my clients, right? I'm always ahead of the game a little bit, going up a ring. Like, I will always be personally developing myself and walking my talk so that I can share that with my clients. and it enriches my experience, and I learn from my clients every day. So that's also personal development work for me. But judgment was something that came up the past couple of weeks in this group that I work with. And I had a huge piece around that I needed to do for myself. It hit me really heavy, realizing that even though we think we're not judging, we're judging. Somewhere in the back of our mind, we're judging constantly, and we put so much energy into this. And I even noticed it today when I went out. I was judging how my day should look, and any time that it didn't match up to how I thought it should look, I would have a real strong reaction to that. For instance, I went to the bank to exchange some foreign currency, and the systems were down and they couldn't do it. And I could feel a reaction in my body. Wait a minute, this doesn't match up to the way that I wanted my day to go. And I started having judgment around that. Whereas if you release that judgment and just go with the flow, the ease and grace, okay, must be that everything that I plan in my planner for the day is not how the day is going to go. Let it go. Okay, I'll come back later. I'll do this. It's no big deal. You know, you kind of riff with yourself, work yourself out of that, and realize that all through the day I was doing that. If something didn't match up to how I expected it to go, then I would get a reaction in my body. And I've been noticing this for the past week, so I decided to play with it a little bit when I was out today. And I spend so much energy judging things, like subconsciously, not even aware of it. And now that I'm aware of it, it's like, it's a huge release to not have so much energy going to the judging piece and to be aware of it. But just sit with that. And we've been talking about holiday stuff in the group, and this can pertain to the holidays, because like, how much are you judging that your holiday look a certain way? Like when you're together with your family, how much are you judging that it will look a certain way? When you go to a holiday party, you have your mind spinning. It's telling you exactly how that holiday party is going to go. You're putting all these scenarios together, right? How about if you just show up and let it be what it is with no judgment? How much less energy does that take when you're actually in the present moment without all the mental chatter about it, what it should look like? It's so light, it's so freeing, and it's so much less energetically heavy. So anyway, I just wanted to share a little bit about that, because for the past week and a half or so, I've been doing a huge release on judgment and awareness around that. Not that I have to do anything with it, but just being aware of it is huge. And maybe this will benefit some of you that take the time to listen to this recording of the live. But just give yourself some space around the judgment about how your mind thinks something should go, and just show up in the love and light of what actually is happening, of what it is, and see if you get anything with that. And if you do, come back and post in the comments, because I'd love to hear about what you experience with this. So I'm going to end this live. I'll see you ladies on Wednesday with who knows what I'm going to feel like talking about on Wednesday. Much love to all. Enjoy the next couple days.